So everything's connected, right? We're all the same stuff. There's a piece of God inside of all of us, each one of us, and everything. And so it's impossible for anything to be separate. Everything is connected because everything's made of the same stuff, because if God's in all things, then it's my piece connecting to your piece, connecting to that church piece. It's all the same stuff. So if separation is truly an illusion, then co-creation can happen much more easily because nothing is outside of yourself. Nothing is separate from you. And we look around the world and we see that everything is interconnected. What if the ocean kept all the water? If the ocean said, we're not going to make clouds, we're not going to make rain, eventually the ocean would get a little bit bigger because the streams and the rivers all pour into it, and eventually the land would get drier. It's the fact that it's connected with each other that as the ocean gets bigger, it then makes that rain go throughout the planet, which then feeds the streams and the rivers, which then flow back into the ocean again, and then we start it all over again. In today's America, we look at, and the world actually, we look at the economy and all these things, and it's amazing how much the economy is just based upon us as individual people. When we say, I don't have enough, I'm going to hold on to what I got, then there's not as much in circulation because we're holding on to it. So then everybody gets all scared. Energy is the same way. When we hold on to our energy, then it kind of stays put, but when we let it go, then it creates more of it because it's in circulation. And so right now, maybe it's just this time of year with the summer solstice. Maybe it's all of our brothers and sisters up in the cold country who have been in cabin fever all year, who are now finally out in this collective unconscious going, woohoo, it's warm outside, let's go play, let's go camping, let's go hiking. Maybe it's all these things, I don't know, but whatever it is, it seems like lately this amount of co-creative ability that we normally have seems like it's about tenfold right now. The good news is it makes everything bigger and easier. The bad news is it makes everything bigger and easier. So if we have problems, we can have really big problems. If we have solutions, we have really big solutions. And if we're trying to make a big change, we can have really big changes happen. And so right now is a really kind of, in some ways, goofy time, but another way, very empowering time. Like this week, I got phone calls from about 5 different people who said, me and my significant other broke up this week. I went, wow. And then I got a call from about 5 other people who said, man, I just started the best new relationship this week. Wow, okay, I guess that's a kind of a turning of the tide there. Anyway, what's going on with this and that? And other folks saying, man, in the past 2 months, I've accomplished more than I have in the last 5 years with this particular goal, be it health, or be it prosperity, or be it following a dream, or be it whatever it is. And other folks saying, man, I thought my problem was this big, and it turns out this thing is like looking like Mount Everest right now. So when we look at the co-creative credits and how much is available to us right now, is so much. Now, the key to it, just like with Limbo Linda in the skit, is taking the time to go, okay, stop. I play a role in this. What seeds do I want to plant, and will I actually just plant them? Because the timing is right. It's like taking a stick and just sticking it in the desert, and sticking it in the ground, going, a week later, what do you got? A dead stick. Maybe it's still sticking up, probably it's fallen down and it's probably covered over with sand, right? But in Florida, we found if you stick a stick in the ground, you're going to get a tree. It just happens that way here. It's amazing, but it's just planting that seed. It's putting that stick in the ground, saying this is what I want, and I'm going to actively co-create it. And let's get the recipe, if you will, from setting an intention, which is the easy part. It's so easy for any of us to say, I want this thing, this experience, this, I want that. But then the next part of it is supportive thoughts. If, let's just say that I want to be, my intention is to be at that TV. And I set my intention to be at that TV, and then I think, I really want to be at that TV. That is a really cool TV. I want to be over to it. I need to poke a button. And then I get some reinforcement. And so I'm talking to people that I know, hey, you think I can make it all the way to the TV? You think I can? Okay, that's good. You think I can too? You think I can too? Okay, I've got some reinforcement now. And I watch some TV shows, or I read some books about how to take a step closer to a TV. And that makes it even easier because I'm now feeding myself this thing that supports my goal. And now the timing says that before it might have taken me 10 seconds to walk over to the TV. But now with this energy, I can get over there in a second. Just from the time that I thought it, just boom, and we're already right there. Now the challenge comes because we're silly humans and we were given this goofy thing called free will. And so I set an intention, I'm gonna go to that TV. I wanna go to that TV, that's my intention. And then I start thinking, but I haven't been able to make it over to a TV in the past. In the past, that TV seemed really far away. You know, I'm not sure I know anybody who's ever actually made it to the TV, but there's people who have talked about making it to the TV. And for reinforcement, now instead of these positive things, maybe I'm talking about worry, or maybe there's a problem, or maybe there's something else going on, or maybe I just look for distraction and these things are leading me in these other directions. And then I look and go, wow, yesterday it seemed like I was so much closer to that TV. I set my intention over there, and a little time has passed. You'd think I'd be closer to it. I must be screwing up, something must not be quite right. I must be doing it wrong. The good news is we're given the free will to turn around and to say, that's silly. Not good, bad, right, wrong, not judging ourselves, nothing like that. It's just that silly. If the TV's where I want to be, and it takes just as much energy to walk towards it as it does to walk away from it, and I'm in control of this little DVR box down here, I can tell it what it records. And anything that makes me feel good, that supports my intention, I can tell it to do. And anything that has me going in the other direction, I can tell it not to. Same thing with computer or Facebook wall and even conversations that we have with one another. We've got the entire support of God in the universe to do whatever we want to do, no matter how silly or how huge that goal might seem. Now the other thing that I want to talk about, because again, it was almost like a teeter-totter, a 50-50 with folks that we talked to this week, with folks who had really big-time good stuff happening, and really big-time, holy buckets, that's huge, bad stuff happening. Because it's okay. It's okay. The bad stuff passes. And together we can all help it pass faster. And the good stuff gets gooder with all of us, working together, amplifying each other. Yeah, gooder. Gooder, better, easier. It's these things because, you know, here's just goofy stuff. I mean, it's all like we all have different vehicles to get to where we're going, and that's all cool. But earlier we talked about the lady with the lymphoma who was told she had 2 months to live, and her healing, which might have been 5 years worth of healing, took place in like a week and a half. I mean, that's crazy cool. This week, Pop came over and he said, dude, my knees don't hurt anymore. Like, I honestly don't have any pain anymore. That's something we've been praying for, doing healing with, taking bug juice, doing whatever we could do, throwing the kitchen sink at it for a while. And some of these things more amped up in the last couple months. But that might be 10 years worth of healing happened in the last 2-3 months. That's huge. You know, I remember just not all that long ago when the Connections Choir was me, Mary, and a TV. Now it takes we had to shift it from this way to this way just to make room for the choir. And yeah, well, it might even be grown out of this place and going to a bigger place with a bigger, anyway, it's just, it's going, it's doing, it's things that, whatever you want, right now it's easier. In the skit, they talked about planting a garden at the beginning of spring or planting a garden in the dead of winter. And I love that analogy because it's the same seed, it's the same soil, it's the same you, it's the same everything except the timing. There are some times that we start doing something in life because we've got a goal to get to that TV and it seems like we're running in slow motion, like we're running through quicksand. And there's other times that it's like we're on a slip and slide, just that littlest bit of thought, that littlest bit of intention, that littlest bit of what we're doing, and just, and we're miles down the road. And this is one of those miles down the road kind of times. So I invite you, I ask you, I beg you, please, because I love you. Think about your TV. Think about your goal. No matter how big the problem was over here, it looks smaller in the rearview mirror. They even make stickers that say so, right? It'll still be there if you want it. You can look back at it, but just to change that focus, change that intention from this, wow, to let's go this way. Working with that timing of the universe is just, I want to help you get to your, whatever it is for you. And because we've all been given free will, we all get to choose our own, we all get to choose what's important to us. The only thing I would ask is that right now, because everything is so speedied up, yeah, it's like hooded. Is to put aside your thought of how much time it should take, or how much energy it should take, or how much effort it should take. Because just like if before I had planted that garden in the winter, and I think that it takes this much work, when I plant it in the spring, it only takes this much work. The timing right now to plant your seeds is amazing. So choose your seeds. Figure out what you want to eat. Put them in the ground. We'll all do it together. And this stuff is just rocking. And there are so many examples of it all throughout the last couple months that it is just nuts, crazy cool. And sometimes, here's the kind of little asterisk with a cautionary tale, it may push you outside of your comfort zone because you set that intention of I want to do this thing or have this experience, and all of a sudden you're leading a choir, or all of a sudden you're conducting a service next week, or you're conducting a service the week after that, or whatever the thing might be that you're going, yeah, I'm going to do, and I'm going to teach it. Okay, yep, I'm there. How y'all doing? Right? Is we actually are getting the things that we put out there as intentions that we wanted. And then it's just getting out of our own way so that we can have it. Because the entire universe is lining up for us to have it. Thank you.